Jay, so I saw an exchange or read about an exchange between VLAD TV and a woman named Morgan Jerkins. And this was related to the Kendrick Lamar and Drake diss, which is the latest rap beef, okay? And so what was said is that she said to Vlad that he basically needed to see his way out of black people business, okay? And he said, well, how was a black professor from at Princeton, he specifically added it, coming back to me and telling me to stay out of this conversation? And so then it just kind of exploded and went on from there. So I'd love to know, what your thoughts are about this, and what do you really think his intentions were?
I don't think I think that the sister should have just stayed out of that one, but at the same time, I think that she was just like everybody else, because she wasn't the only one commenting. And I really don't believe that she thought that he was going to respond to her, because a lot of times celebrities don't respond to anybody, especially not other celebrities, So I think that it was like a jump, that he was jumping him, and she threw her lick, and he was the one, she was the one that he caught. Now, on the flip side, I think that he went overboard, like too overboard. Sometimes people feel away, people coming at them, and then so they'll, and it's kind of female-ish, in my opinion, to where he hit below the belt. I think he hit very below the belt. Like, people been talking about him in this space of white guy being in black culture and hip hop culture and all that other stuff for years. It's never should have been a situation where you went to talking about calling this sister's job, and then you adding Princeton multiple times, not one, multiple times, and you mentioned Princeton like Monday when you came back. Like, you did too much. You know what I'm saying? You did too much, because you're not just anybody. So whatever you do on social media, you can get somebody to respond to. And so somebody's job should have definitely been off limits. But that's the corny shit dudes be doing. And that's his way of getting back at her, because he couldn't get back at the other people. He saw a chink in the chain. He saw that was the easiest prey. And yes, people came back at him, but he's used to that. It's just, he should have never went there. Now, the sisters are different when it comes to these types of things, because, I always laugh about the young ladies now that they like. I'm old enough to remember when it wasn't no women liking football and basketball, liking sports. It was a thing like, hey, he want to watch his game, you go figure out something else. Now the women, are in it, right? And so with them being in it, y'all bring a whole nother, level of energy, and y'all got no problem with just popping off and saying nothing whenever y'all feel like it. And that can actually be a response. Somebody can come at you, and they can come at you full-fledged like they would come at a brother. Now, I'm not the gentleman who will want somebody to do that, a man to come at a woman. I hate how these dudes be going at these chicks super hard. Like, that's just so corny to me. But at the same time, my sisters, we got to know, like, when to pull up. Now, Vlad is a musician. He was a musician way before he was Vlad TV that we know now. And so, and all he did say was the mix was messed up. I don't think it was warranted for anybody to say anything besides keep it into that space, and then knowing that has been a music professional. Okay, cool. Because average person like myself won't know the mix. I just know what I like. Oh, I like that. I like that. Unless it's just really, really bad. But he would know more than me. He's a subject matter expert in that space that the average person is not. But she said what she said, and it wasn't just her, so we can't single her out and say, oh, let me get at you, because a whole lot more people, some gangsters, some bots, everybody said something. Something about her, I think it was Princeton, that made his light bulb go on and said, I'm going to pick at her. But I feel like he brought a gun to a fist fight. And if a guy bring a gun to a fist fight, period, he's a sucker. But if you bring a gun to a fist fight with a female, you're an ultra sucker. So that's what I feel about it.